with Chris Zumani Zulu, who is the Secretary General of the Tonse Alliance, and Esther is correct,
Zimba. Just had to correct you.
I don't know why I like the Zulu name.
It's a slip of the tongue.
No, maybe it's because of Buntwala.
Okay.
And it's almost coming. It's fast approaching. So I'm looking for a free ticket to go to Ntwala ceremony. So the Zulus, if you're listening, I'm right here. But yes, we're joined by Chris Zumani Zimba. He's in the studio right now. We'll be having a conversation about the Tonse Alliance, but also the 2026 general elections and what exactly is planned going ahead, as we are almost getting there.
Yes.
Like you always say, the big event.
It's the big event is officially here, the 2026 general elections.
Yeah, but you're welcome to Capital FM.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure to be here, and greetings to everyone.
Thank you. Your first time here in the studio?
It's my first time, yes.
We're happy. We're the first ones to bring you here. We hope to have you in the studio a little bit more. But getting straight into the point of conversation, I know the listeners are heavily anticipating. 12 days has been given to Makebi Zulu and Given Lubinda. Why 12 days?
Okay, thank you so much. So the background is that President Mundubile has called for his brothers in the PF to work with him. It's a call that he made at his inauguration speech after he won the Tonse Alliance General Congress. He called for unity, he called for reconciliation, he called for political collaboration with all the opposition fronts. So it is an offer that is been extended to the top two PF presidential aspiring candidates on the basis that he has been receiving feedback, guidance, and also discussions from different stakeholders, the church, the traditional leaders, within Tonse Alliance, within PF, and the different stakeholders. So he's responding to the demands, requests made by different stakeholders that he should consider to working with either Honorable Given Lubinda or Honorable Makebi Zulu as a running mate candidate. For the Tonse Alliance, we do not have problems as a council of leaders, as an alliance, because our presidential candidate has got the authority and the powers to bring to the council of leaders any nominee for his running mate. Or he can bring a person or persons or name or names. 12 days is deliberate to emphasize the fact that this is an offer that is running within February. So meaning that it's coming to an end on 28th February. The objective is to see that within these 12 days, either side of either Honorable Makebi Zulu or Honorable Given Lubinda, can try to find room and find it within their hearts to reach out to Honorable Mundubile, either through Honorable Stephen Kampiongo, Honorable Mutoto Kafwaya, State Council Chifumu Banda, Council Debia Angola, or indeed I think there's a fifth person. So it's an offer, political offer that has been thrown to the two leaders in good faith, in the spirit of unity and reconciliation, but also in the spirit of trying to create one Zambia, one nation. If you look at Honorable Mundubile, it comes from the northern circuit. Honorable Given Lubinda comes from the western province. So if you look at such a political marriage on the ticket, it is a one Zambia, one nation ticket. So we are looking forward to that through feedback from their side. We hope that they respond positively, either one of them or both. And depending on the discussions, I think the President BM is open and willing to work with any of them, if not both.
Okay. I want us to look at, obviously you know that there's two factions of the Tonse Alliance. There are others who are saying they have the Tonse Alliance. You two have been key in saying the PF have not been part of the Tonse Alliance for a long time. But let's look at the background of the Tonse Alliance. In October 2023, President Edgar Chagwalungu comes back into active politics. He then becomes the president of the PF back and also becomes a chairperson of the Tonse Alliance. On that background, don't you think at that point that's why the PF did join the Tonse Alliance?
No, it doesn't work like that. You see, the background is that ECO came back to active politics in October 2023. On 28th October, to be very specific, because that's the day we commemorated President Michael Sat. I was not a free man. I was in prison. I watched that speech from prison.
Okay.
That was 28th October 2023. But Tonse Alliance was created and launched on November 7th November 2024. So there's more than a year in between. So when he came back into 2023 in October, he tried to rescue the PF from the hands of Mao Sampa and Robert Chavinga. There was no Tonse Alliance. When he failed to take back PF to himself, he abandoned PF. By that time, I'd come out of prison and I was working with him. And he entered into Uka. So going in 2024, January, February, March, ECO joined Uka. And he went there not as a PF president. He didn't go there with PF. He went there as an individual, as a former president. ECA was even fought by a lot of PF members to join Uka. They opposed it. But ECA had announced that he wanted to rebrand. So he never wanted to be identified so much by the PF team. I'm putting things straight as they are. When ECA went to Uka, he never wanted to be identified with the PF team because many stakeholders were still angry and fatigued with the PF old faces. So he joined Uka and he started aligning himself with Madam Edith Nawakwi, Honorable Hari Kalava, Jackson Silavwe, Savoy Imboela, Professor Dan Pule, Sean Tembo. Those were the main faces around Uka and many others. So Uka was not a PF project and PF was not in Uka.
But at that point, he has people from the PF following him as president of the PF.
Like myself, yes, like myself. We are joining to Uka, not Tonse. That time it was Uka.
Uka, yes.
So we were joining Uka and supporting ECO as former presidents.
Not as president
of the PF.
No, PF was never a member of Uka. You can ask Madam Sabo Imboira, and they put it very clear. We do not want the PF liabilities in Uka.
Why?
They wanted ECO as a former president because he's the one who was popular. He's the one who had followers and royalists. And that was the demand Uka presented to ECO's table. ECO started just identifying his close allies, like Honorable Mundubile, Iposhta, and she was appointed in Uka as deputy women's chairperson. She went there as ECO's follower. And many others, some of us are working in the background to support him in Uka. We are just working with ECO as a former president and as a politician. His strategy was to gradually begin to get some PF people who buy into the idea of Uka to join Uka. But he never wanted to get the party because the party was already in court. The party was already entangled with the Mao Sampa and Chavinga with the UPND. So at that point, ECO knew that I will not redeem this ship. I should begin to rebrand and creating other institutions. In fact, they even tried to register Uka, if you remember very well. The idea is that if we had succeeded to register Uka, ECA was willing now to tell the PF structures and members countrywide to migrate from PF into Uka. But it couldn't work.
So at what point does the movement come in, the ECO movement? Because you have said the only thing that was part of the Tonse Alliance is the ECO movement. And
so even within the Uka framework, ECO as an individual with his followers created the ECO PF movement, but it was not announced. So we were working with him in Uka under the ECO PF movement, meaning a movement of the supporters and loyalists of ECO himself as former president and as an individual politician. Because that was the idea, to migrate everyone within PF who believes in ECO and who supports ECO, who endorses ECO, and who believes in his leadership and his legacy into Uka. So he was in Uka as former president in his individual capacity, and all of us worked with him either in front or in the background. We are working with him under the ECO PF movement, though it was not announced. When Uka failed, that's when Sean Tembo and myself created Tonse Alliance. It was because of the failure of Uka to embrace and take advantage of ECO as former president. That's the reason why, if you look at the Tonse Alliance constitution, it was designed specifically for ECO. It names him by name as president of the alliance, a presidential candidate of Tonse Alliance, and as chairman of Tonse Alliance. In the Tonse Alliance under ECO, there was no election of a presidential candidate. There was no election of the chairman. He was named as such in the constitution because it was designed specifically for him and under the ECO PF movement.
Heading to the conversation about the Tonse Alliance, I feel like we all understand that a lot of people have come out and said there was a secret amendment of the constitution under the Tonse Alliance. What are your sentiments regarding that?
Okay, so there has never been a secret amendment of the Tonse Alliance constitution, because what happened this year in January, it was transparent, it was credible, and it was done based on the governing document of the Tonse Alliance constitution. So what happened is this. Under the old constitution of the Tonse Alliance, the Council of Leaders could only be convened with a quorum of 15 leaders, chaired either by Honorable Given Lubinda or by Professor Pule or both of them. That was the arrangement operating after ECO died. From October 2025 to January this year, we had a dual chairmanship of Honorable Given Lubinda and the Professor Dan Pule. And as long as any of them or both of them are present to chair a meeting which is duly convened, and the quorum of 15 people is in attendance, either physically or virtually, then the Council of Leaders will go ahead, deliberate, and make resolutions. In January this year, we were petitioned by civil society organization within Tonse. They wanted to know, because you see, we were delaying to host the General Congress on the pretext that PF was in court. Honorable Given Lubinda and the team could always postpone. No, let's delay the elections of the Tonse Alliance General Congress because we are in court with the Chavinga. No, this month we'll be going to court after court judgment. So we dragged from October, November, December. There was no progress in Tonse Alliance. So political players such as Professor Dan Pule, KBF, myself, and many others, we felt paralyzed. Civil society organizations led like Umozi Kumava, we have Klago, or we have Conledge, headed by Shadrach Mumba, as well as Grigori Chisha, Mr. Kennedy Chanda. They petitioned the Council of Leaders that we should make a position on who is a member of Tonse Alliance between PF, which is dragging us, which is only procrastinating events in terms of the General Congress, or the ECO movement. Because PF became a hindrance as a party. PF became a stumbling block for us to make progress. So that petition came before the Council of Leaders. And the meeting was convened because I was the national coordinator. So the chairman would ask me, based on the petition, can you send a notice to all the members that we should debate this matter on a specific day and time? I sent a circular. I sent a memo as national coordinator in line with the Tonse Alliance governing document. Everybody was present, that was approved, and they responded, including Honorable Lubinda, Mao Sampa, because by then he was added by Honorable Lubinda, Mukandila and the team, Professor Dan Pule, Honorable Kampiongo, Honorable Brian Mundubile, all of us, KBF, they responded that yes, let's debate this issue. A date was set, which was, I think it was a Tuesday, 14 hours, virtually. Honorable Given Lubinda's team said, no, we have a rally in Chawama, so we need to postpone. And we unanimously agreed that the virtual meeting should start at 18 hours, meaning everybody should have been off the rally or any engagements and will be online virtually. By 16, 17 hours, we saw our friends from the PF, led by Honorable Mausam, but they started exiting the group, leaving. Their objective was to collapse the quorum. Their objective was to sabotage that meeting. But you see, a good number of them didn't leave. Honorable Brian Mundubile remained. Honorable Mtoto Kafuaya remained. Honorable George Sanga remained. From the PF side, PS Chomba remained in that group. We are talking about Mandara Jean Kapata remained. And at 18 hours, the call was initiated for a conference, Council of Leaders, and more than 23 people participated actively, including all these people I've mentioned from the PFO remained. Madam Jean Kapata, Honorable Brand Mundubile, Honorable George Sanga, Honorable Mtoto Kafuaya, PS Chomba, KBF, Professor Dan Pule, myself, and many others, those civil society organizations, All People's Congress, that is President Msoni. We had a lot of people participated, more than 23. From 18 hours, there was this issue: who should be a member of Tonse Alliance? How can we make progress at Tonse Alliance? And there were clear, unanimous resolutions. After a heated debate of more than 3 hours, that PF as a party has never been a member of Tonse Alliance, and that ECO never came to Tonse Alliance with PF. ECO came with the Tonse Alliance with ECO-PF movement, and that the ECO-PF movement must remain a member of Tonse Alliance because the PF party must be sidelined because it's in court and it has entangled us with Robert Chavinga. We are not going to make progress. So it was that resolution, duly convened, duly chaired, and the resolutions made according to the Constitution. So the people that are calling it illegal is being malicious. The people that are calling it whatever name is being desperate because they understand that the train has moved and they have remained behind. That's a reason why Honorable Mundubile is saying, no, we can still work with them, but on the terms of coming to Tonse as Tonse Alliance members, not as PF. Okay. PF is history because PF is in the hands of Robert Chavinga and PF is not going to be on the ballot.
Okay. If you're listening to Capital FM 99.7, remember you can be part of this conversation. We're having a discussion with Chris Zumani Zimba, and you can call us on number 0773-792-475. That is 0773-792-475. Our MTN number is 0761-997-997. That's 0761-997-997. I want us to look at what most people are talking about. People feel there's instability when it comes to the Tonse Alliance. You have mentioned names of people that started the alliance with you. We have got Sean Tembo. You have mentioned KBF, who also was part of the alliance, but did say if the constitution is not changed in a certain way, he wants to be part of the alliance. We don't know what his position is up to now. Do you feel there's a lot of instability in the Tonse Alliance, and this is why most of the leaders are falling out?
No. The Tonse Alliance is the most stable alliance to date in Zambia, in the opposition. It's the most stable alliance today, especially under the leadership and the presidency of BM. We have more than 23 organizations currently in Tonse Alliance. So we are the largest opposition alliance as we speak. We have 10 to 11 political organizations in Tonse Alliance. There is no alliance in Zambia, not even the UPND. Has a number of that political party organizations and presidents backing one person. So President BM is being supported and backed by more than 10 presidential candidates from other political parties who are members of the alliance under one flag of BM and Tonse Alliance. In Tonse Alliance, I've got more than 11 to 12 organizations, civil society organizations and pressure groups. There is no such an alliance, not even the UPND. So we are the most stable alliance, political alliance as we speak today. Those that are leaving or those that have left, it is their political freedom, is a fundamental right. The freedom of association is provided for each and every citizen. You choose who to associate with. There are some people who have been associated with the UPND, including the NDC. They walked out of the UPND alliance as NDC, a ruling party alliance. They walked out of it. It's not a crime. That doesn't mean that the UPND alliance has crumbled. They are still in power with other alliance members who have remained. So if one or two decide to withdraw from the Tonse Alliance, we don't worry. It's not a problem for us because many more are joining us.
But are you getting concerns?
Many more are joining us.
Are you getting concerns from these people that are leaving? For instance, you said you started the alliance with Sean Tembo. Did he give you his concerns of why?
Yes. Sean Tembo is my friend. Sean Tembo is my friend. A very close friend of mine, by the way. We come from the same hills of Chipata. We have a history between him and me. So he never wanted to associate himself with a PF-led of a team of Hon Given Lubinda. He made it very clear.
Now that
even at the time what we reconciled in October between myself, Professor Pool, and the Given Lubinda team, Sean Tembo refused. I was sent by Hon Given Lubinda and SG Nakachinda many times to engage him so that maybe there should be a reconciliation or the talk. He refused. As far as he was concerned, even the idea of the compromising that Hon Given Lubinda should be a co-chair of Tonse Alliance was a violation of the Tonse Alliance constitution, which we created him and me. So he never wanted that because the only person who was supposed to be embraced after the death of ECL was Professor Dan Pole, going by the old Tonse Alliance constitution. In the absence of the chairman, the Tonse Alliance vice chairman shall chair all council of leaders meetings. So as far as Sean Tembo was concerned, that compromise to embrace Hon Given Lubinda as a co-chair, he never wanted it. And he refused even to talk about it. And he refused. He never attended any meeting.
Now,
until eventually left.
Okay.
So I understand the reason. It is the same reason that we had to make that decision in January. That's the reason why Sean Tembo left.
Okay, now taking it to a point of conversation that you have addressed, seeing as there are some people who felt that even just associating yourself with the likes of Honorable Given Lubinda or Makebi Zulu automatically deteriorates the Tonse Alliance and the stand by the Tonse Alliance, don't you think giving them the option to stand as running mates will have you lose certain members and make you a little bit unpopular to the Zambian people that have chosen to disassociate themselves with the people that you've chosen as running mates?
Oh, I get your point. So the point is that that political offer has been offered to them as individual leaders. Should they take it up? They're not coming on board as PF leaders.
But people have still associated them.
They are coming on board as Zambian politicians who have some followers. And I think in the interest of the alliance, we have also public figures, distinguished citizens as membership under the Tonse Alliance. So you as a presenter, you as a media person, you can join Tonse Alliance in your individual capacity. So we do have politicians who have joined Tonse Alliance in their individual capacity with their own followers. That is provided for in the alliance. So should that offer be taken by any one of them, they will not come on board with a PF party. We don't want that political risk or liability. The PF party is with Chavinga and the UPND in an alliance. So we have made it very clear. They are being given this opportunity to come to Tonse on the terms of Tonse Alliance, so that they're able to be part and parcel of an alliance that is progressive, an alliance that is receiving endorsements and support countrywide, an alliance that has got a credible and a duly elected leader, BM, an alliance that has got political momentum and is giving hope for unseating the UPND and President HH. So that offer, as I said, is in good faith, and that offer, it is designed to try to create unity so that their followers and the followers of BM should cease fighting. They should see the two or the three of them working together, but not under PF party, because PF is not coming back to PF, to us in PF. Okay. It is gone to the UPND with Chavinga. Okay. And that is the direction that we should have abandoned.
Okay, do remember that you can follow this conversation on Capital FM 99.7 on Facebook, where you can give your comment and contribution, but you can also call us on 0773-792-475, 0773-792-475. You can call us and drop your SMS with your question, comment, or contribution.
Yep, we're going to our hourly headlines, and when we're back, we then continue the conversation with our guest in the studio. Remember to call us and also just drop your text message right here on the Capital Breakfast Show.
The vibe you feel, the talk you trust. Capital FM is here. Capital FM News Headlines. Capital FM News Headlines. It's capital here, it's capital there, and it's definitely capital everywhere. Capital FM. Capital FM News Headlines.
Good morning. The time is exactly 9 hours, and you're tuned into Capital FM 99.7, and these are your hourly headlines. The Residents Doctor Association of Zambia has expressed concerns over government's plan to export health personnel to countries such as Angola, arguing that it does not address local unemployment amongst doctors. Political analyst Dante Sanders has expressed skepticism over Patriotic Front presidential candidate Makebi Zulu's claims that God would place him on the throne as president of the 2026 general elections. Development analyst Dr. Charity Musamba has urged the government to invest in sustainable and independent livelihood opportunities rather than expanding a short-term solution such as cash for work. The Zambia National Women's Lobby has expressed optimism that the country will witness a significant reduction in child marriages following President Hakainde Hichilema's launch of the African Union's campaign report on ending child marriages. In business news, mining expert Edward Simukonda has urged the Ministry of Mines and Mineral Safety Development to ensure that all operating mines have sufficient safety operators on site. In international news, Russia and Ukraine delegates are meeting in Geneva for the last round of US-broke talks a week before the 4th anniversary of Moscow's full-scale invasion of Ukraine. And lastly, in sports news, Power Dynamos has set an ambitious target to win the Champions League one day, based on lessons learned from the current season in which they were eliminated at group stage. These were the hourly headlines at 9 hours. My name is Esther Malasha. Do stay tuned for more at 10.
That was Capital FM News Headlines. It's Capital here. It's Capital there. Capital everywhere. Capital FM.
Turn it up.
Turn it up.
More music.
She must be the girl for Nagona.
They say why you been disappointed. Mami bakupisha. Get it done
The vibe you feel, the talk you trust. Capital FM is here. Right in the heart of the city. When we talk, you vibe. Capital FM.
It's Capital FM 99.7. We're still having a conversation with Dr. Chris Zumani Zimba. And if you can call us now, and if you're trying to call us, you can still call us on the number 0773-792-475. That is 0773-792-475. Our MTN number is 0761-997-997. That's 0761-997-997. But also don't forget to follow us on the channels that we're on, and that's Smart Eagles. You can drop your text message right there and also just get to have an interaction with us. We have a caller and we'll be taking up this call. Good morning, you through to Capital FM.
How are you, Mr. Moderator?
Yes, good morning. Your names and where you're calling us from? Yes, you can carry on with your contribution to the show.
Good morning, Mr. Richard. It's my pleasure to engage you.
Yeah, it's good to hear you, sir. The way you are speaking, the way you are talking, expressing yourself. Yeah, respecting you, being a very good man and very calm.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
what we want is that you just unite, you people. We are begging you, you just unite. Us on the ground, we are very intact. The ground is very calm also, waiting for you. People who can retrieve us from what we are passing through. You see, this country now has become a criminal country, whereby anyone can be arrested at any time, anyone can be victimized at any time. So just if we are just even is here so that when we are victimized, napokewa vintu, wanapokewa vintu, just pokewa vintu in a good way, not in a hatred manner. No, we don't want that.
Okay.
So even that given Lubinda twabwera mukandi mushike chiyano makambira. Nekandi balubinda babwere mumene umo. Bonse mukizane chape bonse bandera ba brand Mundubile ba kakwaya bakamchongo baje bakono kibaje bakali baje mu leadership. Bapaka ripafu bose bataramuka ndabadia twafuna kubwera. Kambani nao kuno kwino please chote mu magudu.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Richard, for your contribution. And he speaks to the issue of unity and telling you to unite with other, of course, the people that you don't want from the people. You want the people, but you don't want the party.
You don't want the party itself.
And speaking about the party, and I wanted to speak about something that was very controversial. Again, you are actually the one who was reading out the names of the people that you did appoint in particular positions within the Tonse Alliance. A name that did come out there to be very prominent was Tasila Lungu. A lot of people saying, you know, she didn't acknowledge the fact that she was being put in that particular position. And we did see that from the Tonse Alliance under Brian Mundubile, you're saying, no, that's propaganda. So now, getting it from you, did Tasila Lungu acknowledge the seats that you did give her in the alliance?
Yeah, it's an interesting question, but an important question. The fact is, President Brian Mundubile is a very orderly president. He's a mature politician, professional, sober, grounded in policy and vision, as well as good governance leadership. He brings political order to Tonse Alliance and political stability, I've already talked about. there is no one at that level who can be appointed without consultation with that person. There is no one at that level who can be appointed without prior engagement. So I want to put it on record officially as Tonse Alliance Secretary General that Honorable Tasila Long was officially engaged. And her appointment was not a surprise to her. She was aware about it, she anticipated it, and that's the reason why she has not said anything about it, because it is well with her and she consents to that appointment. But so we shouldn't even worry.
To the Zambian people, her not giving a comment about it looks like she has chosen to not even partake in anything regarding the Tonse Alliance. What do you say about that?
No. It's a reverse interpretation. And that's why we called it, the people wanted to speak for her as propaganda and malicious. Because we know as Tonse Alliance where we sit. We sit on a firm position that she was consulted, she was engaged, she was aware, and she's happy and comfortable with that appointment.
Okay, we'll just cue
the
in
fact that she never spoke is an indication that she never declined. So nobody should decline on her behalf because she was engaged before her appointment.
Okay, we'll pick up this call and continue with the conversation. Good morning, you're locked into Capital FM. Your names and where you're calling us from. What are you?
Good morning, Mr. Moderator.
Yes, good morning. Your name and where you're calling us from.
Yeah, God bless you.
Yes.
You receive 95% of the people who are plus spokesperson Kapangwa. I'm calling from here in Imatelo.
Okay, you can carry on with your contribution in a minute.
Thank you very much. Mwabukashani mwebali kuka nabe.
Twabuka fye bwino mwabukashani.
Twabuka.
Thank you.
Mweta mulefwayo okunfa abantu nga balelanda kamulefwayo okwikatana kaita mwiki ebyo bineekona ekakwasita bantu kamule mufo okulira kw'abantu muli kwata amatwimu alishinka wile ebyaleekwanije ebyaleekwaya tebyo ebyo ibyo tulenda kusa ku topiki nivi problemu yakikije nangwe tulelanda ebifo imala etyokolani emyebani ebyakireba Mundubile baya bashaba nabo natufikana tatulezifwaya wewe ba Mundubile nibalitabe ba Makebi Zulu nibalitabe bonse mwe bali mu PF mwe balitabe bakutte ekintu kimu mugwire mwayimina pamonge enseva ekyo twelanda notatuyinayo twekwaya ebyalalanda bagibe Lubinde bo bashirire nga bapatriot planting ebyomulelanda okuta bali tupoka wibale jogo zayati na bakoti na bakainde ikirema bayayibika bate mumwabo baleyikumbwa nibo batwalana twalaya kwi kyapa mukufeba kasieni twende ebyo twalekwaya ebyo tulekwana leero
Okay.
ebyo mugwire okuwombera kutulekwayo okutanga nibalida ba Mundubile balatuula bonse tulandeka nibalida ba Mundubile nga niba Makebi Zulu niba Makebi Zulu zona twimine pamo notuyalikwaji kutabyawameebyo yo muyelanda bwebyo tulekwayo tuleka okumanya na ba Mundubile.
Okay, thank you very much for your contribution. I think again his message is like the first message.
Yes,
it's about unity.
Yes.
People did feel that the way Brian Mundubile left the PF and joined the Tonse Alliance created some certain confusion, and those are sentiments by some of the callers that are calling. But also just to continue with the conversation that we're having, when people talk about unity, and you've kept on talking about the Tonse Alliance being united, and you feel like it's the most united alliance within Zambia at the moment. But are you hearing the calls of the Zambians when they come out to you and they say, we feel at the end of the day as an alliance, you're not united. There's a lot of things that are going through the alliance. Are you sitting back and saying, okay, maybe let's work on one or two things to improve the alliance?
Yeah. The Tonse Alliance is very responsive and inclusive and very accommodative to all stakeholders. Under BM as our leader and our presidential candidate. That's the reason why there are these political offers and extensions for dialogue, reconciliation, and unity being extended to both the PF leaders as well as other opposition political leaders and presidents. In the next few days, in the next few weeks, you'll be able to see that there is another exodus of political party presidents in the opposition that will be joining the Tonse Alliance.
Okay. Do you want to give us any hints?
No.
We get the big scoop here.
I'm trying to respond to the question that the people are calling for unity. So what are you doing about it? We are engaging extensively and vigorously everywhere, within the PF and outside the PF, as long as within the opposition front. And there's a lot of progress I must record and I must report on the table under BM as a leader. BM is like in the Bible, the story of Noah. He has an ark. The Tonse Alliance is a political ark for the Zambian opposition. Those that understand what is coming ahead of us in August, you are safer running into the Tonse Alliance under BM.
Okay.
August 2026 is coming and it's not delaying. It is not stopping. So there is no reason to keep on procrastinating or delaying to making a decision. BM is politically the Noah of the Zambian opposition today. He has created an ark and let those that are willing and mean well to change government jump on Tonse Alliance under BM. He means well, and that's why he's calling for everyone within PF and outside PF to join us in Tonse Alliance. Jesus said, "In my Father's house there are many mansions." That's a position of BM to other political leaders in the opposition. In Tonse, there are many positions. Even in the Tonse government, after August, when we form government, there will be many opportunities for everybody under BM. So we mean well.
Do you feel like there is enough time to unite the opposition, campaign, and then prepare for the 2026 general elections? Because the biggest concern for the Zambian people is saying that they do not feel like they have a strong enough opposition, because Zambia is a very vast country with so many provinces. Do you feel like you have enough time to unite as the opposition and get into the nitty-gritties of each and every single province to campaign and win the hearts of the Zambian people for the 2026 general elections?
No. I agree with the sentiments of many stakeholders that we don't have time. You see, it requires a lot of time to introduce a product on the market in Zambia and convincing market it across this topography. It's a vast country, 10 provinces. It's huge. That's the reason why we don't want to waste time. We need to work with a product that is already ripe, a product that is already known across all the 10 provinces. So the political product on the table for August 2026 in the opposition now, that is being endorsed, that is being politically kissed and celebrated across the country, is brand Mundubile. If you're on social media, if you follow Zambian politics religiously, closely, and very well, you will discover that only BM is being endorsed by province, district by district, constituency by constituency, word by word, and is going into branches. It's happening countrywide in Wapula, in Mchinga, in Northern, in Eastern, on Copper Belt, in Lusaka, in Western, Southern, Northwestern, name it, Central Province. So BM is a product that is ripe politically for August 2026 presidential vote. And that's a product I think we should all work with and market. We do not have time to introduce a new product. We do not have time to introduce a new name. We do not have time to introduce a new candidate to the structures and the membership countrywide. So the political momentum has been with BM because it didn't start this year. It didn't start last year. It started in 2021. So he has been on the ground. If you go to parliamentary grounds today among MPs, the name that we made unanimous among them, the strongest and the tallest name, is BM. If you go to the PF structures countrywide, province by province, district by district, the most dominant and the prominent name that we made among them is BM. He has been campaigning as a presidential candidate since 2021. So he has done his ground and he has done his homework over a period of 5 years. So I think I agree with the stakeholders that we don't have time to introduce a new name. It will be very difficult to introduce a new name. But riding around BM, I think becomes a winnable case for August 2026. And that's the reason why Tonse Alliance, we are confident on BM as our presidential candidate. We are confident on BM as our presidential ticket because we have done our homework in terms of assessing the ground countrywide. Okay.
Yes, you're part of the breakfast show, and we're having a conversation with Chris Zumani Zimba. Remember, you can be part of this conversation by calling us on 0773-792475. That is 0773-792475, and also 0761-997-997. That's 0761-997-997. I'll get to read two comments from our live section, and the first comment is from Kelvin Chileshe, who says, Mr. SG would like to see Lubinda, Kambwili, and Makebi to be part of the Tonse Alliance. And we've got a question for you from Phil Membe, and he does say, is KBF still part of the Tonse Alliance?
Okay, thank you. I would like to comment on the first comment to say that CK, Makebi, and Lubinda, they want to see the man on the Tonse Alliance, and they're welcome. And that's the extension of the dialogue the BM has extended to them. And I believe that engagements and discussions in the background will continue, not that will start, because these discussions have been ongoing, by the way, between the BM team, MZ, Honorable Lubinda, CK. In the background, these discussions and negotiations are still ongoing. So in as much as the political supporters and the political cadres, so to speak, may be fighting for all these leaders are talking in the background, by the way. Okay. So we hope and believe that by the end of this month, or before the end of this month, given that deadline, we should be able to secure and deliver something.
Results.
And something that can be confidently be announced to the people. If it fails, we'll still come back to the people that has failed. If we succeed, we'll come and celebrate together. We have succeeded here, and these are the leaders that are going to work together with us.
Yeah, KBF, is it still part of the alliance?
The KBF is lukewarm. Politically, is lukewarm. He has never left the alliance officially, and he has not been participating in the alliance programs and activities. So we don't want to denounce him if he still wants to be our baby, and he still wants to belong to us as a Tonse Alliance, because Tonse is for everyone. Okay. So it was up to him. Okay, that question is better asked to KBF himself.
Okay, we have a caller. Good morning, you through to Capital FM. Your name and where you're calling us from.
Thank you very much. Lukulu Voice in Lusaka.
Yes, Lukulu Voice. You can go ahead with your contribution and comment in a minute.
Thank you very much, Mr. Zimba.
Thank you so much. Good morning, my brother.
Yes, good morning. Yeah, first of all, we need strong opposition in a country, in a democratic country like our Zambia. We need strong opposition. When I look at you, Tonse, PF, they are the same. PF, Tonse is the same, just the same. Individuals, you have been PF, you're there, you're regrouping. Yeah, but what are you going to offer which is so differently than what you used to offer when you were in the government? For me, I see none. But you can also work on yourselves as Tonse, so that after 2026 elections, you can be at least formidable opposition to give proper checks and balances to the ruling party UPND. For that, I can support you. You can do that. For you to think that you want to come in this August, you want to wrestle power from from UPND, so to become the president, Mundubile becomes the president. How? Which magic, sir? Let us not try to comfort ourselves. What the UPND have done, what you are failing to do is what the UPND have done as we speak now. People appreciate it. The free education that you said you can.
I'll ask you to conclude so that we can take other callers too. I'll ask you to conclude so that we can take other callers too.
Okay. In conclusion, what I'm saying that for now we are comfortable with the UPND, with the works of Hakandi Chilema, but we need the opposition can give checks and balances after 2026 elections as Mundubile and other groups. When you regroup, for now there's no chance for you.
All right, thank you so much, the voice of Lukulu.
Okay, thank you very much. That's the voice of Lukulu coming out to say maybe try after 2026 because at the moment he feels there's nothing that the opposition has to offer when it comes to the UPND and what they're doing, and he says, maybe just try after 2026.
After 2026.
No, I think I want to respect his position as a citizen. You see, in a democracy, we need to be tolerant politically of one another. So we need to tolerate him and embrace him as a free citizen. That's his opinion. That's his view. We don't agree with him. We share a different view. We see things totally different from his side. To start with, the main opposition the UPND and President HH face is not Tonse Alliance or the political party leaders. It's the Zambian people. It was shown in Chawama last month. The Tonse Alliance, many of the key players never even campaigned in Chawama. But Tonse Alliance won. It's not Tonse Alliance that won, it's the people of Chawama. And that's what will happen in August. It is not who they want to vote. It is who they have decided to remove. Okay. That's the issue here. So I needed to emphasize the point that the people out there, the Zambians, are the main opposition, and they already made up their mind. Okay. They are changing government. We know that much.
Okay, we wait to see if the people of Zambia are truly changing government. We have a caller, and we'll take on this caller too. Good morning, your name and where you're calling us from. Hello, good morning. Looks like we've lost our caller, but you can still call us back on 0773-792475. That is 0773-792475. Our MTN number is 0761-997-997. That's 0761-997-997.
Okay, now getting it to a point of conversation, I think just with regarding what the previous caller
Yes. I really want to say something was on that.
Okay, no, you can carry on.
He asked the question, what are they going to do? Are they going to do different from what they did? That's the question he asked.
Yes, that's the
PF.
question he asked.
Because these are the same people. I picked that from that local voice. But I think that he is contradicting himself. That's why in Tonse Alliance, our engine is the ECO movement, meaning that we thrive on ECO legacy. Okay? We thrive on ECO legacy. ECO and the PF government turned Zambia into an infrastructure site. Construction site. This bridge you are seeing here, behind you, the one by Arcades, they became the order of the day. Such constructions at national level, the KK Airport, the Kazungura Bridge, the Ndola Airport, the Simon Mwansakapwepo Airport, then the airport in Livingstone. PF and ECL left a legacy of heavy infrastructure development, countrywide. Hospitals and universities were being built. 5 years of the UPND and HH, they don't have such a legacy. So we want to get back in government and continue to where ECL left.
Okay, let's just cue in the caller and we can continue.
Your name and where you're calling us from, you're through to Capital FM. Yes, Mr. Kapilipili, within a minute you can pass your comment and contribution to the show.
Thank you.
Toka bwino Mr. Kapilipili mwaka bwanji na imwe. Zikomo.
I think I will concur with the previous caller, Rukuru voice. Tonse Alliance, whether movement, zero movement, PF, they are the same. Siniziva kuti nkaramo mwakonyeka nkaramo mwafundura mbuzi mwavalika mbuzi kakumbaka mbuzi nkaramo ingachinja nkarambuzi singachinja nkarambuzi ni nkaramo yamene ili munyasi mwamene mucha. So our PF we want to ride on at the legacy ya Barungu. Legacy ya Barungu may his soul rest in peace. Anakamba kuti ma project yali pa 70, 80 and below. Tayale kachibuwa ya chani. We are a junkie state. We are bankrupt. Council workers 18 months no salary. Wakati wakambe ni mashamboko ni mapanga vantu.
Kindly conclude, Mr. Kapilipili, so we can allow other callers.
Malitarizi, baroke wa mvula, playing hard, having prayer and fasting, no answer.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for your comment and contribution. We appreciate your call. Do remember that you can call us on 0773-792-475.
Okay, we're taking this call. Your name and where you're calling us from? You're through to Capital FM.
Good morning, my people here at Capital.
Good morning, sir. Your name and where you're calling us from?
My name is Patrick. I'm calling you in Lusaka.
Okay, within a minute you can make a contribution, Mr. Patrick.
Thank you so much. It's an interesting topic you've brought up this morning. Yeah, I think even me, I also want to side with my previous caller. I also feel that this Tonse movement, I think they will have it difficult to unfit them.
Okay, thank you very much for your comments.
Most especially that you regroup yourselves very instead of putting things together nicely. This one is putting the other side, this one is putting the other side. You cannot be president at the same time. 10 of you at the same time, no.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Patrick, for your contribution. Okay, yeah, so that's Mr. Patrick also coming out. You need to regroup and maybe try again next year. But before we get to close, we've got like 4 minutes before we get to close the conversation. I want to talk about something that has also been making trends. ECZ came out to say alliances need to be registered. The Tonse Alliance is not registered, and you're looking to vie for presidency in 2026. How do you think that is going to be possible?
In the first place, the Tonse Alliance, just like when alliances, will not be registered. There's no such a law. That was an arbitrary announcement by ECZ. Alliances have been contesting elections in Zambia. The 2026 August election is not the first one. So we want to appeal to ECZ not to be excited and not to be arbitrary. Zambia is a democracy and we have functional laws. In 2006, we have the UDA Alliance, UPND, FDD and the UNIP. President Hichilema first contested under an alliance called UDA in 2006. It was not registered. Why? The political party members of that alliance, UDA, the three, were the ones that were registered. And they participated as such. In 2021, the UPND, today they're in government, they contested under an alliance. It was called the UPND Alliance. That's why they are Felix Mtati. That's why they have got Mr. Milupi. Those are leaders of different political parties. They contested in 2021 under UPND Alliance. They were never registered. Why? The UPND Alliance was the main ticket as a registered political party. So Tonse Alliance, just like People's Party or any other alliance, or WOZA, they don't need to register. So ECZ should not be excited. ECZ should not change rules at an 11th hour. It's uncalled for and we need to condemn it.
Okay.
The current laws are adequate enough to manage, to allow alliances to participate, just like what they have participated in the past.
Okay, so we've had a very lengthy conversation here on Capital FM 99.7, and we still do have callers. Please head to our Facebook page, type in your comments, contributions, and we'll be able to read them and hopefully reach out to our guest and he can give a comment and contribution. But for now, we're in the dying minutes of the show. And in closing, what do you have to say to the Zambian people about the 2026 general election and as well as the opposition alliance?
Okay, thank you. So number one is that we are calling for political unity and reconciliation within the opposition to appeal to them that under the Tonse Alliance, under the leadership of President Brian Mundubile, we are calling for upon and to all like-minded, willing opposition political leaders and political parties to join the Tonse Alliance because we have a leader that is sellable. We have a leader that has been endorsed countrywide. There was a leader that has got experience and vision and direction for this country. Number two is that we want to appeal to the Zambian people that their days of political agony are now coming to an end. The Tonse Alliance through Brian Mundubile is going to be on the ballot and is going to give them an alternative choice outside the UPND and President Hichilema. The last point is that we sympathize with the Zambian people that the UPND, after their 5 years mandate, clearly have lamentably failed to deliver what they promised in 2021. In terms of the price of fuel, they have lamentably failed. They had promised to reduce it to a single digit, 9, 8, or 7, from 17 where ECL left it in 2021. It has now gone to above 28, 29. They had promised to reduce the price of mealie meal from 90 or 120 maximum to 50 kwacha or below. They have lamentably failed. It's now selling beyond 260, 280, some places above 300. They have failed to deliver in terms of redeeming the farmers countrywide. We have a historical arrangement where for the first time, even in December and January, many farmers were not paid by FRA. They were sleeping on queues on banks. It's unacceptable and it's a total political failure based on what they had committed to the farmers in 2021. They have failed. So Tonse Alliance under BM is here to redeem them. Tonse Alliance under BM is here to give the Zambian people another hope after enduring these 5 years of the UPND where failure has been the signature. It is the first time in Zambia, historically, that Zambians were made to be in a blackout for more than 12 hours. In some places for days. Blackout in the name of load shedding. It is a historical. It's against what President Echek and the UPND promised in 2021. So we know that the UPND have done their best, but they have failed. And Tonse Alliance under BM comes as an alternative, and we are coming with an alternative leader, an alternative vehicle, indeed an alternative manifesto and policy in August to the Zambian people.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Zimba, for coming through and having a conversation with us. A lot of people still calling, hoping to pass in their contributions. Well, apologies to people's calls that we didn't pick, but you can still call us in the next show with Wamba and still have this particular conversation. We hope to see you again next time right here on the show, and make this place your home.
Please, please, I look forward to. I think I've enjoyed as well.
Okay, right, thank you very much. This has been the Breakfast Show with Farah and Esther. See you tomorrow, same time, same place, right here on Capital FM.